म्हणजे घालून काय मग तोपर्यंत काय ग त्याला ना देवाचा गटुला देवाचा गटुआ हेलो।
Yeah. So, hi team. Good morning. So, as discussed yesterday, so today we'll see how the Snowflake UI interface looks like. So, this is the second demo. We are looking into the Snowflake codes. So, in this, we'll see how the navigation panel looks like. What is a navigation panel and what is a workspace looks like? How many types of workspaces? What is a snow site? How the data ingestion will be done, how to monitor a query or how to interact with the Cortex AI, what is a governance and security like users and roles, and what is a marketplace and how to share the objects into it. So we'll just look at overall overview how your Snowflake is going to look like. Okay. So this is the UI of the Snowflake. Once you log in with your user details, the application is going to be looks like this. This is a web-based application which is deployed in the AWS region, AWS cloud. So this is the web-based application. That application we call it as Snow Site. The web-based Snowflake application we call it as Snow Site. Apart from the Snow site, apart from the web-based URL, you can connect to your Snowflake through a user interface that is through the Snow SQL type also. Like you have to mention Snow SQL-A and you have to give your user name and password or your account locator. This one. This one. you have to give, and you can connect your, apart from the UI, from the CLI also you can connect to your Snowflake account and you can interact with the SQL language. So there is two ways to connect your Snowflake with the UI. This is a web-based application. And apart from the UI, you can connect it through the SnowSQL also. There is a requirement of SnowSQL application needs to be installed, and you have to connect your account identifier with the SnowSQL. So that CLI based, command interface based, you can interact with your Snowflake apart from the user interface of Snowflake Snow site. So in this, on the left side, this is a navigation panel where you will be having a number of objects. So as I log in with the account admin, this is my topmost priority of the role. You have several default roles: account admin, system admin, user admin, public, and a custom role can be created. So I logged in as a account admin. I can see the all the options because I logged in with the topmost prioritized user role. On the left side, I can see the projects. So here you can have an interaction with the virtual warehouse. As we discussed yesterday, we can have a objects interaction here. We can create the tables, we can create the clusters, we can create the resource monitor, we can create the user defined functions, we can create the sequences. Everything, it is like a bridge between your storage layer and the cloud layer. So from here, you can create the objects, you can alter the objects. This is an interface where you can interact with the ANSI SQL language. Apart from that, by using the Python, you can also interact with the Snowflake. Not only the ANSI SQL, it supports a Python language that is .py file. So it will connect to the Snowflake Python integrity. So this interface, we call it as Snowpark. The area where we are interacting with the Snowflake within the Python language, we call it as Snowpark. Okay, so this is an ANSI SQL type of worksheet. So this is like a virtual warehouse interaction bridge between the two phases. Coming to the ingestion, you will be having the data ingestion process. You can load the data into the table. You can load the data into the table directly from the local computer, or you can browse it, or you can add it from a stage. Stage is a temporary place where you can keep some files. Okay. So it's not that you will load it from your local computer. It's not that you can load it from your stages. You can load it from AWS S3. You can load it from Azure Blob storage. You can load it from GCS storage. You will make an integration by creating some external stage with the URL of the account in all the three cloud platforms, and you will create a bridge between the both Snowflake and your cloud. You can load the data from the cloud itself. Coming to the transformation, we have a concept of transformation that is Snowflake. By default, it follows the pattern of ELT architecture, that is extraction is possible, and within the Snowflake it is going to be loaded, and transformations will be happened within the Snowflake like a integration with the DBT by using the user defined functions. In order to automate the things, we use the task. So we use the dynamic tables to do the transformations. So everything is in the transformation phase. So you can connect your DBT with the Snowflake. For data processing, there is an inbuilt Cortex AI is there. Suppose I don't know how to create a table, but I know the syntax like this. I'm new to the Snowflake. I'll just use create. Uh, I didn't mention any kind of thing. So create employee table. So like this, I mentioned. This is not a correct syntax. Okay, this is not a correct syntax. I'll execute it. And here, the inbuilt Cortex AI will suggest us. There is a SQL compilation error is there. This is suggesting. I'm going for the fixing of the syntax. So it will suggest what is the exact syntax to be executed perfectly to create a table called employee. It is analyzing the worksheet. It is going to analyze error at line number 1 and position at 16 unexpected. The table statement is different. So here it is asking what kind of table you have to create. Okay. I use the database called HR here. So what it is suggested based upon the database name and table name, the basic HR columns will be like this. Maybe if I choose this thing, it will suggest based upon the columns, it will generate a table syntax for us. Create table syntax. See, this is it suggested. Create or replace table, employee ID, employee name, department, and salary. I just go for keep all. You will see the suggestion is made directly into your workspace. The inbuilt Cortex AI is directly deployed the code. Now your table is created without writing any SQL statement. Your Cortex AI has helped to write the syntax. Now your table is created and you can see the table is with employee ID, employee name, department name, and salary. So this is the Cortex AI usage, not only fixing your tables, not only fixing your SQL statements, it will work as a analyze, it will work as a agent, it will work as a reviewer, it will work as a uh, documentation ones. So around 15 to 20 type of functions will be there. You can utilize it for the data analysis, data validations, and data engineering level purpose. Around 15 to 20 functions will be there regarding the Cortex AI. It acts as agent. It acts as analyst. It acts as a analysis. Coming to the monitoring, every query that you generated or every query that you executed, whether from the SnowSQL, whether from the Snowpark, anything. So it is going to store in the query history. How many types of queries you have used, how many types of what type of query you have executed on the particular day, or whether the query is executed, whether the query is failed, who executed the query. By default, a query ID is going to be generated. By default, a query ID is going to be generated. That query ID will be useful to find out on particular timestamp level. Suppose these are the statements that are executed. So many statements that have been executed. So inbuilt information has been stored. What is the SQL text you will execute? And what is the query ID that is generated for it? And what is the status of your query? And whether which user has executed it and what is the warehouse it is used, how much duration it is executed, what is the time, when it is started, and what is the warehouse size, when it is ended, in which session. That means you have so many workspaces here, so many worksheets you have opened. From which workspace session ID it is executed. Every information you have in this. Which warehouse, what is the query profile? It is like a digital representation, how much metadata we scanned. And there is a inbuilt native application. That is, we can create some application by using the inbuilt data in it. That is called native applications. We can make it as a .exe or .application. We can browse, or we can make it available in the marketplace, or we can make it available it for the other user. There is a concept of Snowflake Marketplace. As I said, it is an ocean of data products. Suppose I want to see some healthcare related product, type health. Category wise, you will be having the product list here. So the insurance policy buyers AI segment by line. So this is the one who created this 100 products related to the health. So you'll be having 100 products here. If you get it, this data is going to be get it into your system. Almost 100 tables you will be having here. You will see the data preview. You will see the columns. You will see the list of products categories. These are the categories. Apart from that, you will able to see whatever the health related every data. You can get it by free of cost. Some things are free of cost. Some products you will be received by request basis. So the persons who uploaded this documents or data within the Snowflake. So these are the persons. So it's like a ocean of sample data products. You can get it or you can upload it here. Okay. There is a concept of consumer and provider. So if you want to share it with the other person, you will be the provider and that person is the consumer. The catalog explores whatever the databases that you have. This is the list of databases and the object. By default, any Snowflake account is created. There is a Snowflake and Snowflake Learning DB, Snowflake Sample Data. So these are the three sample databases which consist of huge data around TBs and PBs. It will be there. So you will be having a list of schemas here. You will see a number of tables. These are all the tables. The sample data tables will be available when you create a account in the Snowflake to get practiced. And data sharing. You will share internally with the people within the organization. You will share externally with the people who is out of the organization by creating some listing. You will be having some IAM policy. You will be having some IAM policy. You can make a use of the reader account to share it with the person who does not have the Snowflake account. This is a reader account I just created, which is used for the people who does not have the Snowflake account. And there is a governance and security. How many types of users? Now I have an account. In this account has been used by the two people. Two users will be there. And this two users, I can customize. I can create a new user. I can drop the user or I can edit the user. I can disable the user. I can grant permissions to this user. And there are some roles. By default, the Snowflake is providing account admin role and org admin role, public role, security admin role, system admin role, and user admin role. The rest of the roles, we can create a role and we can customize. There is a different responsibilities for the each and every role. But you can create a custom role and you can provide the privileges of a combination of both the cases. You can have a models that is provided by the Snowflake. There is a model that is RBAC, role-based access controls, user-based access controls, object owner-based access level controls. The objects can be controlled by the three types and computation. A list of warehouses, how your warehouses are going to be. These are my 4 warehouses. These are the default one which is provided by the Snowflake. And these are the one which is by default Snowflake is given us. And this is the one I created. So you can create what type of warehouse you are using. Who is the owner of it? when it is resumed, how many queries it is executed as of now, what is the size of it. As I said, clusters is important to avoid the concurrency. So how much concurrency you maintained, how many clusters you assigned, what is the scaling policy. If I don't use the warehouse, up to which time it is going to suspend? What is the query acceleration time? What is the resource for it? When it is created? How many credits are being used? On August 3rd, I used almost 0.02 credits. Yesterday, I used almost 0.0057. 13th. So up to how many queries you executed, what are the failures? It will be like a list of the queries. So from the creation, almost I executed 546 queries in this account. In this entire account, I used 546 queries. So this will help you to track what is the warehouse that you are using from past 6 months or past 1 month. So like this, you can have a tracking of how you are using the warehouses. And you will be having an administrative part, like you can see the consumption of the budget. I have 400 credits. Still now, I have used in the last 7 days 14.7 credits I have used. If I take from the custom last 3 months or last 26 days, I used 35.2 credits on this particular account. Only type of computation. As I said, there is a different cost will be associated. Compute cost, storage cost, and data transfer cost. So which warehouse is you are using most? I'm using the compute warehouse. 34.9 credits I have used. And I'll have a budget. So what was the budget? That is, I spent up to August 13 is 16.33, 11.09. So like this, you can see the budget related or credit related or the account related overview, how you are using. See, on average, I spent almost $175 in this account. Overall, within the month, I used almost $175. In the July, almost it is 116. In the August, it is 175. Okay. So overall in this account, I used $175 and current month it is 59 and last month it is 116. So on a monthly, I'm using the average of $116. You can have a resource monitor. A resource monitor can track the percentage of credits consumption. It's like a reminder way. It's like a reminder how you're getting the credits consumption. So apart from that, you will be having the account details. The Snowflake providing one more feature, that is documentation. This documentation consists of the overall guide for the developers, data engineers, or data architects. It's not like a regular tool that you have to refer to the third party websites or any documentation you need to purchase. Nothing. Inbuilt, there is a documentation is allowed. Suppose you don't know the concept of task or streams. You have an idea. Just type streams and go to the introduction to streams or create a stream. You will be having the two sources. You need to get the documentation or you need to get the knowledge based. See, everything will be covered here. How to create the stream. This is the syntax. How to use the variant syntax. How to alter the stream. How to describe the stream. How to show the streams, how many is available. How to drop the stream. It is like a user guide, when to start, how to start, and the number of tutorials will be available by the Suppose I want to have an idea on what is the Streamlight. There is a tutorial. Step-by-step process. What is mean by a Streamlight application? How to start. How to start. Everything is in a step-by-step process. You have an interaction with the DevOps. There is no tutorial. And cybersecurity. No. Data engineering. 229 tutorials is available. How to create database schema and warehouse. How to create and manage tasks. How to manage the Snowpark container services. So it's like an inbuilt data documents that is Snowflake is providing. It's like a guide, it's like a notes, it's like a developer guide, it's like an architectural guide. It's like a release notes patches you can see. Suppose there is a release notes that is available in the past 2026. In this August, what is the recent updates that Snowflake is doing? So there is an update regarding August 13. Yesterday, there is an update. There is a patch update has been happened related to the dynamic table, iceberg tables. So now you can use create or alter dynamic iceberg table to create dynamic Apache iceberg table. So by default, it is going to be added. There is nothing to be do from your end. There is no need to upgrade or there is no need to patch or install anything. By default, Snowflake is updating in the backend by itself. So the feature, whatever the updated feature, you can check and you can make use of it. Okay. So the status of in which regions your a this is available. Sometimes it went under maintenance or sometimes it went under some outage or partial outage. Okay, you can see in the status in how many regions and how many AWS or Azure GCP platforms your Snowflake is available. You see all these regions, it is available. And if anything having an outage or under maintenance, the symbol is going to be changed. The symbols is going to be changed. Now all are tick marks with this green color. That is, it is operating in all the regions. Like this, you can check. The databases is available in all the regions, virtual warehouses, loading, applications, containers, features, AIML, security, organization, account management. Everything is available in all the regions. Azure and GCP. Related to the status of the any region or any cloud platform, you can check if anything is going under maintenance or outage. And you can check your account details like this. This is your account details. Account identifier, data sharing account identifier. What is my company name? What's my account name? What's the account URL? And what is my login name? And what is my default role? And what is my account locator? On which cloud platform my Snowflake is deployed? And what is the edition that I am using it for the Snowflake? So everything is your account details. You'll be having an SQL commands, how to get it in the workspace level. So what is the drivers that is available? JDBC, .NET, ODBC. So everything is a driver connection strings that will be available. You can connect it to the particular database. So this is like a migration purpose. It will be used. So the account is going to be for the period of 1 month. So after 1 month, you have to pay for it. But with the different email ID, we can go for creating a different Snowflake account. So for the practice purpose. But in general, in the real time, how it means, an account will be created and after 1 month of usaging the credits, you have to pay for the credits because in the organizations, accounts movement is not possible because every month we should not use the different account. We should use a same account throughout the organization career. Okay. So this is a UI interface, how the Snowflake will looks like, and what are the options where it is available. So this is an overview of Snow Site and Snow SQL and what is a Snowpark. Any questions? Anyone? So the regular sessions will be started from Monday. So whoever is interested, so they can enroll and connect with Vinay Tech, and they can enroll for the details. And we'll start our regular sessions from Monday onwards. Whoever is yet to give your details to get the demo documents and PDFs or recorded session. So if you want to go through again, you can give your details in the chat box. If any questions you want to ask, you can paste it in the chat box or you can unmute and we can discuss. Any questions? Anyone? If not, we'll see in the regular sessions. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, everyone.